Welcome back to Smartphone Wars, and today I'll be reviewing the most awesome and unique phone of 2017 and my personal favorite. Welcome to my MEIZU Pro 7 honest, hands-on, in-depth review. Now, this is the 7th iteration of MEIZU's top flagship device, but this year they decided to do things differently and just throw out the rule book. This phone is unlike any phone you've ever seen before for certain features. First of all, there's two different kinds of Pro 7. There's Pro 7 and the Pro 7 Plus. The Pro 7 comes with either Helio P25 or Helio X30, and the Pro 7 Plus comes with the Helio X30. My unit here that I'm reviewing is the cheaper Helio P25 version. But before you go start, oh, Helio P25, this Helio P25 has absolutely nothing to do with the cheap Chinese phones that have it, since this is top of the line, and I'll show you later on what I mean. This is the MEIZU Pro 7, and as you can see, this is a very fine crafted device, very stylish, extremely well built, light and compact. This is a 5.2-inch phone, but what's really interesting about it is that instead of just one display, it has two. Yes, that's right, and both are AMOLED displays. The front display is Full HD and the back is small resolution, but it can be used for a lot of things. And as I said, the phone is very light and around 155-156 grams, and one-hand usage with this phone is absolutely a blessing. If you're looking for a small device, fast, elegant and light, the MEIZU Pro 7 is one of the best choices in the market. Let's see what else is inside the box. Inside the box you get USB Type-C cable, and you get MEIZU's M-Charge charger, which can charge your battery for 60% in just around 30 minutes. Since this is by far the fastest charging you can get at this price point, and the phone does have is dual SIM and has voice over LTE on VoLTE. And as you can see, just the front display of the phone is an AMOLED panel, Full HD, and it's incredible. Viewing angles are great, has very thin bezels, and it's just very good display. If you're viewing media on it, the deep blacks and saturated colors provide a more personal and more colorful experience than you'll get with an IPS LCD. But this AMOLED is not like cheap Chinese AMOLEDs, and it is 60 Hz refresh rate, so it's an all-round amazing display at this price point. Hands down, the front Full HD 5.2-inch AMOLED display is perhaps the best you can get at this price, and it's also very bright as well, so great sunlight visibility. And of course, with two displays you have two different display settings. Secondary display has a menu entirely for itself, which has, it also has its own wallpaper, which is a GIF style, and every time you turn around the device it lights up. And I gotta tell you, it never gets tiring seeing this. It just looks so cool, and people just walk around it and just stare at it and ask me, what's this phone, where you got it, what can you do with it. The back of the display is activated when you turn around the phone or tap it. You can view the date, the weather, you can see who's calling you, the steps you've taken on day, and you can also see which app sends you notifications. Now, currently the display does not show you the message itself, but MEIZU have promised to do that with the future updates, since this phone is actually around 2 months old. And since the MEIZU Pro 7 has a hi-fi audio from the headphone jack is amazing, and the speaker quality I think is absolutely best in class. But now let's talk about the absolutely coolest feature of the second display. You can turn off your phone entirely and use the secondary display just like you would use an iPod as an MP3 player, and it's touch based. Even if you imagine this scenario, you have like 5-6% battery and you're on a long trip and you want to listen to music, you can turn off your phone and use the secondary display. Nobody will disturb you, and you can listen to music for hours on like 4-5% charge left. And now let's talk about more of the specs and the performance. The MEIZU Pro 7 version I have is the Helio P25, but this is unlike any Helio P25 you've seen before. It's specially custom made for MEIZU with the highest grade RAM, and it performs great 4 gigs of RAM, LPDDR4X, 64 gigs of onboard storage, which is unfortunately not expandable, and it does have 2 rear cameras, 2 Sony IMX386 sensors, one color and one black and white, just like in Huawei P9 and P10, and you also have all the sensors you need, and the front camera is 16 megapixel made by Samsung. As far as performance goes, this is Helio P25 you're seeing here, and this is the Snapdragon 625 in the Xiaomi Mi A1, and as you can see the Helio P25 here beats the Snapdragon 625, and I've never seen a Helio P25 chip do that. And let me tell you, the P25 in the MEIZU Pro 7 is an absolutely outstanding chip. I'm not sure why other Chinese devices don't have this version, but this is the best Helio P25 version yet, and even the storage on the MEIZU Pro 7 speed is very good even at this price. Battery life, if you're concerned with 2 displays, don't be. Battery life on this thing is very good. You'll get around 5 to 7 hours of screen on time if you're doing more gaming or browsing or media watching, so this is very good. And remember that very fast charging also helps you get from 0 to 60% in 30 minutes. GPS, connectivity, call quality were absolutely excellent on the Helio P25 and the MEIZU Pro 7. But what about performance? The Flyme OS, Flyme 6.201 version I'm running here runs great. I've been using Flyme OS a lot. I had MEIZU Pro 6 Plus as my daily driver for around a year, and I'm used to it, and the Flyme OS is very fast, and it's oriented for one-hand usage of all the devices. This MEIZU Pro 7 is as good as any Snapdragon 625, 626 phone out there on the market. It opens apps very fast thanks to the fast storage and fast RAM speed, and it's an excellent daily driver in my books, even at this a bit steep price it's selling for. And the Flyme OS is specially catered for multitasking and is better even than stock Android, because once you enter the multitasking window, you can switch from any app you have on your phone as the second app, and you don't have to have it preloaded like with stock Android. But what about gaming? Since the Helio P25 you've seen so many reviews, as I said, the Chinese devices, and it sucks in gaming. Well, this one in the MEIZU Pro 7 doesn't suck at all. You can see this Into the Dead 2, one of the heaviest games right now in Android Play Store, and it's running very good on the MEIZU Pro 7 with little to no frame drops and excellent graphics. And this is CSR Racing 2, another very demanding graphics game. As you can see, excellent, amazing graphics, and runs very good with very little skip frames on the Helio P25. And this game has put any other Helio P25 device I've used on its knees, but here it works great. But more about the cameras. The dual Sony IMX386 with f2.1 aperture and 1.25 micron pixel size deliver a very good camera experience. Is this the best main camera phone on the market you can get right now? Probably not at this price, but the cameras are very good. Shutter speed is fast, and color reproduction is always spot on accurate, and you have plenty of details thanks to that monochrome sensor really bringing out the highlights in the photo. You can have slow motion, and even you have full pro manual mode inside, but both cameras can only shoot 1080p video, and there is no optical stabilization. Now this phone does have a front camera, which is okay, and it's like really good for vlogging, but if you want to take a selfie, I do suggest you use the secondary display. That's right, the secondary display. Another awesome function is that you can use the main camera for selfies, and let me tell you, you will never take a better selfie at this price than with the 2 main cameras of the MEIZU Pro 7 using that secondary display. Just look at those amazing professional DSLR level selfies I've taken using the main cameras. You might ask, why did MEIZU bother to put a front cam? Well, because of vlogging, and sometimes it's just easier to use the front cam, but if you want to get the best quality, you can use the 2 main cameras. But the front cam, here some few shots taken with it, is also very good. And the main camera, if you have good lighting conditions, delivers amazing photos, and that's portrait modes or bokeh modes. It can be applied to huge objects, small objects, and it's actually very good. The photo quality for me is, again, not the best at this price point, but certainly up there with the best. It does absolutely love color shots, or with plenty of light you get excellent camera results. Even as the light goes down, if you hold the phone steady and take a photo, you will be surprised how good the low light performance is with the MEIZU Pro 7. I have no idea why critics pan this device so much. Yes, it doesn't have optical stabilization, and there's probably a few better camera phones at this price, but none of them offer that really interesting camera experience as the MEIZU Pro 7 Plus, and definitely not that great selfie. The slow motion video on the MEIZU Pro 7 is very good, and you can share it on social medias. Of course, the main camera video for me is a bit too shaky, and there is no 4K, so it's not the best video recording device on the market. If you not guessed, the Pro 7 has become my favorite device of all time, certainly the most unique and innovative phone I've seen. When everybody just copies Samsung, MEIZU innovates, and it's amazing. Unique phone to displays, great battery life, great build quality, amazing camera experience, fast performance. This is an absolutely amazing phone, but it's not perfect. It doesn't have NFC, the video is not the best you can get at this price, and the price, as said, is a bit steep at $300, but for me it's definitely worth it. Thank you for watching my MEIZU Pro 7 review. Give the video a thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe to my channel for more honest hands-on reviews.
Stick around.